This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Bereshut Chaverim, Yaakov Avinu is having a epic battle with Sarosha Esav. He's wrestling with the archangel of Esav, and they're wrestling the whole night. Pasuk says, Vayar ki lo yachalo. The angel saw he would not be able to prevail over Yaakov. Vayiga b'chaf YERECH. He struck Yaakov in the hip socket. Vateka KAF YERECH Yaakov. And Yaakov's hip socket was dislocated. The Shela Hakadosh has an amazing Remez on these words. Vateka KAF YERECH Yaakov. By the way, the Shela Hakadosh wrote a sefer, a sidur, Shar HaShamayim. Why did he write a sidur of Shar HaShamayim? The Shela Hakadosh was very smart. He said he wanted his book to be circulated. So he said, what book in the Jewish people gets the most circulation? Sidur. So he wrote a commentary on the sidur. This way every house would have to have it. He comes to the gates of Yerushalayim last week, Parshat Vayetze, where the pasuk says V'zeh Shar HaShamayim. So he named the work Shar HaShamayim. This week, the Shela uncovers an amazing discovery. Yaakov Avinu had Shlita. He ruled over 3 realms. We know the tzitzit, the tchelet, domeh liyam. The blue of the tzitzit is similar to the sea, yam. Yam domeh le rakia, similar to the firmament. Rakia domeh kisei hakavod. Yam rakia kisei. What does that spell? Yam rakia kisei. Yud reish chaf YERECH. The YERECH of Yaakov, Yam rakia kisei. And the Malach of Esav was only able to strike the kaf. Vayiga b'kaf YERECH. The kaf of YERECH. Yam, rakia, kisei, only the kaf. Let's explain. Yaakov Avinu ruled over 3 things. He ruled over the Yam. He comes to the Yarden. He splits the Yarden. Ki b'makli avarti et hayarden. He rules over the Yarden. He comes to Harabayis. The sun sets. Later on in the Parsha, Vayishlach lo hashemesh. The sun rises. Yaakov Avinu has shlita over the rakia. And finally, Demut Yaakov Nachkak al Kisei HaKavod. That's why Yaakov Avinu last week, he comes to the Harabayis, he says, Achein yesh Hashem b'makom hazeh. Achein. I knew there was Ari, Keruv, Nesher. I knew that was on the Kisei. But Anochi lo yadati. I didn't know I was there. This says of Shamsun Rashapoli. Or, Achein, Ari, Keruv, Nesher, I knew, but Anochi, Aruv, Nesher, Keruv, Yaakov lo yadati. So Yaakov rules over the Kisei. He rules over the Yam, he splits the Yam. He rules over the Rakia, the sun sets for him, the sun rises for him. He rules over Kisei HaKavod. Says the Shela Kadosh in the merit of Yaakov Avinu, Klal Yisrael rules over these 3 things. We rule over the Yam. The Yam Suf was split in the merit of Yaakov Avinu. We rule over the Rakia. At Matan Torah, Hashem opened up the Shiva Rakia. And the Kisei is the Beit HaMikdash. Like the Pasuk says, Kisei Kavod Marom Meirishon Makom Miktashenu. So in the merit of Yaakov ruling over the Yam, the Rakia, and the Kisei, Klal Yisrael rules over the Yam Suf, the Shamayim, and the Beit HaMikdash. So now the angel of Esav is trying to strike Yaakov Avinu. He has no effect over Yam. He has no effect over Rakia. But he's able to destroy our dominion over the Beit HaMikdash. So when the Malach strikes Yaakov's hip socket, that was the beginning of Churban Beit HaMikdash. Therefore, the prohibition of eating the Gid HaNasheh corresponds to Churban Beit HaMikdash. You know there are 365 lavin in the Torah, corresponding to the 365 days of the year. Gid HaNasheh corresponds to Tisha B'Av. That's why Shabtai Tzvi, when he said the Mashiach came, he said now we could eat Gid HaNasheh. Because since Tisha B'Av is no longer, therefore Gid HaNasheh is no longer. So what happens? The angel strikes Yaakov Avinu in the hip socket. 2 things happen. When Hashem came to destroy the Beit HaMikdash, Hashem said, I can't destroy the Beit HaMikdash. Beit HaMikdash is Keneged the Demut Yaakov and Kisei HaKavod. So we read, Hishlich Mishamayim Eretz Tiferet Yisrael. Hashem removed the image of Yaakov Avinu from Kisei HaKavod, and therefore the Gentiles were able to destroy the Beit HaMikdash. Says the Shela, Vayiga B'chaf Yerecha. The angel was not able to strike the Yam, was not able to strike Rakia. He was only able to strike Kisei HaKavod. This is the Remez of YERECH. YERECH Yam, Rakia, Kisei. But what was he successful? Vateka, KAF, YERECH, Yaakov. That's the image of Yaakov on the Kisei HaKavod, and this is Klal Yisrael's ability to build the Beit HaMikdash. And ultimately, when we rebuild the Beit HaMikdash, then perhaps the prohibition of Gid Hanasheh no longer applies. Therefore, the poskim say, by the prohibition of Gid Hanasheh, Al Kain Lo Yochlu B'nei Yisrael, as Gid Hanasheh Ad Hayom Hazeh. But B'mos HaMashiach, maybe it will be different.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.